My name is Evelyn Carter, and for as long as I can remember, I lived in the shadow of someone else's spotlight. That spotlight belonged to my younger sister, Brooke. She was the kind of person who could walk into a room and immediately become the center of attention. She laughed loudly, spoke confidently, and always seemed to know exactly what to say. People remembered her after meeting her once. I was different. I preferred books to parties, quiet evenings to crowded gatherings. While Brooke collected admirers, I collected hobbies. I learned how to knit, paint, and fix small household problems before most kids my age knew how to use a toolbox. My mother, Diane, never hid which daughter she preferred. Brooke has personality, she'd say proudly. Whenever relatives visited, Brooke sat beside her while I cleared dishes and refilled drinks. I learned early that being dependable wasn't the same thing as being appreciated. My father, Robert, was the exception. He worked long shifts at a manufacturing plant and came home exhausted, but he always made time for me. When I won a science competition in middle school, he framed the certificate and hung it in his workshop. Mom called it unnecessary. Dad left it there anyway. For years, that was our family dynamic. Diane and Brooke moved through life together while Dad and I quietly supported everything around us. Then retirement changed everything. A year after leaving work, Dad slipped on an icy walkway behind the house and shattered his hip. The surgery was successful. The recovery wasn't. His mobility never fully returned. Simple tasks became difficult, difficult tasks became impossible. At first, everyone promised to help. Those promises faded quickly. Mom complained constantly. Brooke claimed she felt overwhelmed whenever she saw him struggling. Before long, they started finding reasons to be elsewhere. I became the one who stayed. I handled appointments, prescriptions, meals, insurance paperwork, and endless phone calls. Every day seemed to bring another responsibility. I told myself it was temporary. It wasn't. One afternoon, I noticed bank statements had stopped arriving. When I asked about them, Mom casually mentioned that she had taken over financial matters. A few days later, I discovered legal documents giving her complete authority over Dad's accounts. Nobody had discussed it with me. Nobody thought they needed to. Something about that realization settled heavily in my chest. Not anger. Not yet. Just understanding. I finally saw where I stood in the family hierarchy. And it wasn't near the top. Months passed. Dad's world shrank to a recliner beside the living room window. The garden he once loved became overgrown. His tools gathered dust. Meanwhile, Mom and Brooke continued living as though nothing had changed. Weekend trips turned into week-long vacations. Dinner reservations filled their calendars.